Yo guys, what's going on? It's Rest here, bringing you guys a brand new video here in the WPF. We're here for week 4, facing off against ZachParrot and his exploding Whalmers. Very excited for this matchup, very nervous for this matchup because both of us are undefeated. We are the only 2 undefeated teams left in the WPF. Zach's had an amazing season, as have we, so hopefully we are the last remaining undefeated team going into week 5, but it's not going to be easy. This is a very, very tough matchup. But before we get into the matchup and everything else like that, I want to say something real quick. 2024 was an amazing year for content for me. I got a lot of amazing opportunities between draft leagues and everything else, and I'm super grateful for everything that has happened in 2024. With that said, I set a goal for myself for 2024 that I wanted to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And thanks to you guys watching, we hit it. We hit 100 subscribers just before midnight heading into 2025. So I'm very, very, very thankful for that and for you guys, all of the long-lasting subscribers, all of the new subscribers, as well as everyone who hasn't subscribed yet. Just make sure, if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that sub button, hit that like button. It supports me so much. And the more likes and subs we get, the further along we are in this amazing journey. And I'm very, very excited for what 2025 has for us. My goal for 2025 is 200 subscribers, so we're going to see if we can make that push for 200 subscribers by the end of this year, and let's see what the future holds for us. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our matchup this week. If you guys have been keeping up with our season, you will know our team is Iron Valiant, Terra Chiyu, Iron Crown, Dragonite Blastoise, Terra Sinistra, Frostlass, Cleavor, Sandaconda, Swalot, and Spidops, whereas Zach has Great Tusk, Terra Greninja, Zapdos, Metagross, Sthkippy, Infernape, Vikavolt, Terra Hydrapple, Lantern, and Rotom, the base form Rotom. A lot of big threats on Zach's team. He's got the Great Tusk, which is one of the best mons in the format. Greninja, which doesn't have to Terra, it can actually just be a hard-hitting mon. I'm expecting a Battle Bond Terra set, but he definitely could go with Protein if he wants to do that. Zapdos is a big issue for me. Metagross I kind of deal with well, but I also kind of don't. It's a weird way to explain it. Sthkippy, I'm expecting it to show up just so because it's a really good check for Iron Valiant. But outside of that, I really don't need to worry about it as much because I do have a lot of mons that can actually deal with it fairly well. Infernape, I'm really not expecting to show up. I have a lot of mons that can deal with it very, very, very well. And even the mons that don't deal with it super well actually hit it for pretty decent damage, and you're going to see later on. Vikavolt, I do kind of think it might show up if he wants to bring Sticky Webs. Hydrapple, I think, is showing up. I think that's like basically a guarantee that it shows up. It's one of his best checks to Chiyu. If he wants to run like Terra Water or Terra Fairy Assault Vested, is kind of what we're expecting. Lantern, I think if anything, it's a weird thing that I think this is going to show up because Lantern is one of the few mons on Zach's team that does not get 2-hit KO'd by Chiyu. It's kind of crazy, and we're going to dive into that a little bit more later. But Lantern is one of those mons that I feel like if he doesn't want to get 2-hit KO'd by things, he kind of has to bring. And then Rotom, I'm really not expecting to show up. I have a lot of mons that deal with it very, very well, and I really don't think it's going to show up. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first mon that we're bringing this week against Zach. We are bringing Oreo, our Iron Valiant, this week with Moonblast, Close Combat, Shadow Ball, and Psyshock. We're running 64 HP, 252 Special Attack, 192 Speed with the Timid Nature. We're running Timid Nature just because Close Combat is actually not, like, super important. I mean, it's going to obliterate the Greninja, and so is Moonblast. But also, it does a decent enough damage to the Hydrapple if he decides to, like, Terra Steel, for example. Then we're gonna do decent enough damage anyways, but also the Lantern, which is like the biggest thing that it's here for, the damage doesn't really change anyway. It doesn't really change too much if we went with no attack or max attack. It doesn't really change as much. So Close Combat is really here just as general damage. It's not my main attacking move in this game. Honestly, Moonblast is just gonna rip most of Zach's team apart. Metagross and Sthkippy are gonna take those very well, which is why we have Shadow Ball and Psyshock, which are just going to chunk those mons for a lot of damage. But Close Combat, I probably won't be clicking as much. Maybe not at all, honestly. We'll see. I think there's a couple of mons I can click it into, but we'll see how it plays out in the game. Next up, we're bringing Specs Chiyu with the Terra Dark this week. Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Overheat, and Snarl. We're I mean, pretty standard Chi-Yu. We're just modest with basically max speed this week. Terra Dark Pulse, basically 2-hit KOs or OKOs, everything on Zach's team. If it's a max HP Great Tusk, I 2-hit KO it. Sthkippy does not want to take it. After, I believe, a Rock and a Spike, I 2-hit KO the Sthkippy if it's max HP. If it's like a physically defensive set, which I think is kind of the set he brings. Flamethrower is going to rip apart most of this team too. I mean, it's going to rip apart Zapdos, it'll rip apart the Metagross, it rips apart the Vikavolt. Hydrapple, if he wants to like Terra Steel or something, is going to rip it apart. Or like if he just stays Terra Grass for some reason. That's also an option that we have there. Now Lantern is where this kind of comes into play. Chi-Yu, the only way for me to 2-hit KO, max HP, max special defense, Assault Vest Lantern, is for Terra Dark, Choice Specs, Dark Pulse. That is literally the only thing from Chi-Yu that can 2-hit KO it. Even Terra Grass, it is a roll, I think. But honestly, Terra Grass is not great here because of the Infernape, which outspeeds me, because of Sthkippy, because of the Zapdos, which I do think is coming. I really don't want to bring Terra Grass, as well as, like, he could bring Sludge Wave or Ice Beam on that Greninja, and honestly, Vikavolt, if he gets Sticky Webs up and he has enough speed, like, that's going to hurt as well. Those Bug Buzzes are not going to be, you know, anything to scoff at, so I'm bringing Terra Dark just, I mean, obviously, I'm going to make the Bug Buzzes regardless, but, honestly, Chi-Yu with the dual stab, that's all I need this week to just basically 1-hit KO or 2-hit KO basically everything. Chi-Yu is going to rip holes in this team, and I'm very excited to see it do that. Next up, we're bringing Blastoise this week with Surf, Body Press, Earthquake, and Rapid Spin. We're running 248 HP, 4 attack, 172 defense, 16 special attack, 52 special defense, 16 speed with a relaxed nature. This is the craziest Blastoise I think I've ever built, one of the craziest spreads I've ever done, because it is so very, very specific. And honestly, Blastoise is really bad in this matchup, because my opponent has Quad Electric and a Hydrapple. Objectively, I should not be bringing Blastoise, but I feel like I have to for a couple of reasons. First off, with this, with the physical defense, with the HP plus the Phys Def, we are never 2-hit KO'd by Jolly non-boosting item Great Tusk. Close Combat and Headlong Rush will never 2-hit KO us. We always take 2. And especially, even with the, if he has Hazard, because of our Citrus Berry, we will always take 2. With our Special Defense plus our HP, we will take 2 of any hit from the Greninja. If it is Choice Specs, I think there's like 1 or 2 exceptions, but pretty much 2 of any hit non-Terra'd with Choice Specs we will take from full. The special attack investment is for I believe Surf to, I believe 2 or I think it's for 3-hit KOing max HP Zapdos. The 4 attack investment actually guarantees a 3-hit KO on max HP Metagross with Earthquake. Body Press is kind of just general, so if he wants to bring like I talked about, like a Terra Steel Hydrapple, then I have that as well. I mean, I have Earthquake as well. Body Press does a little more. Earthquake, I believe, if I remember correctly, just straight up OHKO's offensive Infernape. I mean, obviously so does Surf. But yeah, no, this Blastoise is very specific, as well as the speed I have on this mon. After a Rapid Spin, I will do 2 things. I will outspeed max speed Metagross. Max speed Jolly Metagross does not outspeed me with this Blastoise after a Rapid Spin. I also, with a Rapid Spin up, will outpace anything on his team that is uninvested, the only 2 exceptions being Greninja and Infernape, which I don't think either of those mons are going to be uninvested speed. Anyways, so regardless, everything else on his team is going to be outsped after a Rapid Spin if they are not running any speed. So that's actually super important. I also believe the Earthquake I believe 2 or 3 hit KOs max HP Lantern as well. So again, there's a lot of stuff going on with this Blastoise. I don't quite remember every little detail. I've remembered most of it, so hopefully it doesn't come to bite me in the ass later. But we'll see. But yeah, no, this Blastoise is very, very specific. It has a very important role this week, and I'm hoping to keep it around for as long as I can. Next up, we're bringing, I mean, pretty much the same Sinistcha I have brought every week. Give or take a Terra, give or take an item. It's basically the same set. Machigotcha, Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, and Calm Mind. Max physical defense. I mean, it's pretty straightforward into this matchup. Obviously, it's not great into the Zapdos because of this thing called Hurricane. But we're just going to ignore that, and we're going to pretend that that doesn't exist, because quite frankly, I'm scared of the Zapdos anyway, and I don't want to set up in front of the Zapdos anyway. Regardless, this mon is very, very good into my opponent's team. Outside of that, because with Heat Proof, obviously, Infernape's not going to do as much damage. And then as well, I mean, like, this mon just does such a good job of handling most of my opponent's team with the Combines and getting up either a Shadow Ball or a Matcha Gotcha on most things. After a Combine or two, I actually do a lot of damage into my opponent's team. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. The reason I'm running Covert Cloak is because of Sthkippy, because beat up Toxic Chain. I don't want to fucking deal with it. I don't want to get involved. So we're just going to ignore it and just not deal with it. Everything else, I mean, is pretty self-explanatory with Sinistra. It's a pretty straightforward mon, and the set I'm bringing is pretty straightforward this week. Next up, we have a debut this week, Otterpop the Frostlass with Spikes, Ice Beam, Taunt, and Shadow Ball. We are running a pretty straightforward Frostlass, max speed, timid nature, with max special attack, 16 special defense. It's not pictured here, but it is a Focus Sash Frostlass, because this is probably my dedicated lead, depending on what Zach decides to bring. If there is a Vikavolt, I lead this 100% of the time, and I click Taunt turn 1. And then I'm either clicking a Spike or an attacking move on that turn 2. I probably click a Spike on that turn 2, if he leads with the Vikavolt. Now, if he doesn't bring the Vikavolt, then my next mon will be my dedicated lead. But before we, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Outside of, that Vikavolt lead, this mon actually does pretty well into my opponent's team. Ice Beam plus Shadow Ball hits roughly, it hits the entire team for either super effective or neutral, which is fantastic. I mean, obviously we're gonna hit the Great Tusk for super effective. The actual only exception is Greninja, either pre-Terra or pre-Protein, depending on what they lock into, or what they use rather. If they're Protein and they lock into like Water Shuriken, if I Shadow Ball them, then obviously I'll be neutral to that. So Greninja is the literal only exception to hitting everything for either super effective or neutral. It is the only one on this team that is the exception. Everything else doesn't want to take either an Ice Beam or a Shadow Ball, especially if I get freezes or Sped F drops and stuff like that. So also if I can get a Spike up, then it's definitely helpful in this game. Next up, we are bringing Cleavor, U-Turn, Stone Axe, Aerial Ace, and Night Slash with the Choice Scarf this week. We're running max attack, adamant nature, 72 special defense, 184 speed. With the max attack with this Night Slash, we actually 2-hit KO a max HP Metagross with the Night Slash, which is super important, because obviously Metagross is a mon that kind of is a mon that, ironically enough, my team kind of struggles to deal with. Obviously I have things like Chiyu, and I have some other ways to break it, as we talked about before, but in general, it's actually a kind of a tough mon for me to break. If I can't break it early, then this is a mon that I can just go in, click Night Slash, and I 2-hit KO it. Guaranteed. If it's a just max HP, if it's like max HP, max attack, then I 2-hit KO it, guaranteed. If it's got a lot of Fizz Def, then I take a little bit more. I'm going to need to get a Stealth Rock up with Stone Axe, I'll need a Spike up, and I'll need a little bit of extra chip. But if it's just max HP, this 2-hit KOs it with the Night Slash. Aerial Ace does about 35% to max HP Great Tusk. U-Turn and Stone Axe are pretty straightforward. Stone Axe hits most of this team for at least neutral, if not super effective, the only two exceptions being Metagross and the Great Tusk, which we've already talked about what the coverage is for those guys. But outside of that, this mon just hits super hard, and I'm very excited to see what we do with this mon. I very closely almost brought Air Slash over Aerial Ace. I really wanted to do it because I thought it would be really funny to just Air Slash a Great Tusk because it's sharpness boosted. I looked into it. Aerial Ace does more. Aerial Ace does more. So I wanted to be funny, wanted to be creative, not allowed. So we're just gonna do normal, more or less basic Cleavor this week. So like I said, if I do not see a Vikavolt, this is my lead. If I do see a Vikavolt, Frostlass will be my lead, and I click Taunt turn 1. If I do not see Vikavolt, I lead this, and I'm either clicking U-Turn or Stone Axe, probably turn 1. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the battle. Like I said, guys, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200 subs by the end of the year, and I will see you guys in week 4 of the WPF. Yo, guys, what's going on? I'm Roser here, bringing guys a brand new video in the WPF week 4 against ZachParrot. There's no Great Tusk, and I thought that was... I think that's insane, because Great Tusk is Great Tusk, and you bring Great Tusk. Deep Blue. I have to fucking run. If this is banded, do I just die to Bullet Punch? I might. Like, I actually just fucking might. Metagross. Bullet punch. I know I 2-hit KO with Night Slash. If he's Choice Banded, I do live a Bullet Punch. Adamant Choice Band, I do live. I kind of want to just go hard into, like... I could go hard Chi-Yu on a Bullet Punch and kind of make a crazy call. Turn 1. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. You're bullet punching. Or setting up rocks. One of those things is happening. You are not earthquaking. You will never earthquake. Ever. Stealth rock. Perfect. Okay. I'm clicking fucking... Do I just... He has no switch into this Specs Fire move. I don't care. Even, like, Akaberry... Like, Akaberry... Actually, if he's Akaberry, I would have to overheat. Right? Well, actually, no. Flamethrower is still a... It's a heavy roll in my favor to kill through Akaberry. It's a 94% chance to kill through Akaberry if he's just max HP. I'm just fucking... Go into whatever you want. It's getting fucked. Wukong, that's the Infernate. This is taking a shitload of damage. Okay, so he bulky leftovers. That is like full Spadef Infernate. That's like full Spadef Infernate. I am just gonna go Blastoise. I'm just gonna go Blastoise. You're probably gonna U-turn. I think that's fine unless you go Hydrapple. And if you go Hydrapple, that's very bad for your boy. Slack off. Okay. I am just going to Rapid Spin. So, okay. So I got good information on this Infernate. I did about half. So that tells me that he is, like, literally just, like, the most physically defensive, or especially defensive fucking Infernate in the world. So he switches out hard, so it tells me he doesn't have U-turn. Gossamer, that's probably Zapdos or Hydrapple. Oh, it's Pheasantdippy. I am just all kinds of fucking wrong today. Pheasantdippity. If it's max HP, Earthquake's doing about 40. I can gauge how much this does, but I don't want to be poisoned on this, because this is still pretty important. I'm gonna gauge damage. I want that. That's not a lot. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that was. Okay. So he's probably especially defensive on this actually as well, is what that tells me, or physically defensive on this. I did about 30%, and that looks about right. He doesn't know my item. I kind of want... I mean, Earthquake still does more. I will just Earthquake again. I'm gonna get my damage off. Roost, that's fine. So, Sludge Bomb Roost. So... I'm just gonna Earthquake again. I'm just gonna do it. He's gonna go Zapdos. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. I figured you would. No, he goes Metagross. Wow. Earthquake is gonna chunk. It's about 35%. That's about what I expect. That's a crit. Never mind. That is like full Fizz Death on the Metagross. Wow, that is full Fizz Death. Right? Like, that has to be Impish. A crit did like 35. Sorry for the crit. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, so you're full Fizz Death. Surf will actually do more. And I am Do I actually just go into Fun Dip here and maybe set up a Calm Mind? I actually don't hate that. You could knock off, actually, and I don't want that. I will surf. I'm just gonna surf. He's also Citrus Berry. Okay, good to know. So he's back to where he was a second ago, so I basically did nothing. Body press. I think that puts me into range. That puts me in range of Torrent. So I'm doing about 40% now. I don't think you're going to want to stay in. So I will actually... I'm going to double into Otter Pop. Don't stay in. If you stay in, you're nuts. Dude, he stayed in. What? Oh my god. Why? Why would you stay in? Okay. Do I just get up a spike? I'm just gonna get up a spike. Bullet Punch. Does a lot. So Rocks and Bullet Punch. You haven't shown knockoff. I feel like you would have clicked it there if you had it. You have Rocks up. I don't want to take that Rocks damage. Rocks are just going to be up for the game, aren't they? Unless he defog. Does Pheasantipity get defog? I think it does. I still can't believe that he just, like, did that. Okay. Pheasantipity gets defog. No, it doesn't. Okay, so there's no removal, so Rocks are just going to be up. Okay. Body Press. Perfect. So body... Okay, yeah. So that's right. He did click Body Press on Blastoise. I kind of want to just click Calm Mind. So he's Poison on Greninja. I need to keep an eye on that. How much is Shadow Ball doing to this thing? It is killing. I will just Calm Mind. And then I'll probably... Gossamer goes into Zapdos. No, right, this is the fucking thing. Right, that's right, that's right. Okay, I get to spike damage. I'm gonna Calm Mind. I get to +1/+1. If you are physically defensive, which you are, I'm doing about 35%. I'm gonna Calm Mind again. Okay. That's fine. Taunt Pheasantipity. I guess you could actually have just Toxic. I think, right? Doesn't Pheasantipity just get Toxic? My dog says hello. Duh! Don't you just get Toxic? Otter Pop, no need. My dog is making an appearance. I apologize. She's making her presence known. I don't like this. I think you have Toxic. It's making me very scary. Sludge Bomb. Wow, I could have just stayed in. Okay. So Pheasantipity kills Frostlass. Fez kills Frostlass with Sludge Bomb. Okay. I mean, I could go this. I could also Pheasantipity from Iron Valiant. How much are you taking? It's taking about half from the Psyshock. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go into this, and I'm going to click Stone Axe. Because I have a rock and a... Then I'll have a rock and a spike, which is pretty much the chip I wanted. It's pretty much the chip I wanted. Deep blue, yeah. I could have made the call and clicked Night Slash, but I didn't want to do that. Okay. Even though he was in range. And that would have been smart. Okay, so he's got, was it Body Press, Bullet Punch, Stealth Rocks. I'm just gonna do it. So, okay, the fact that he didn't click Toxic on my Sinistcha tells me he doesn't have it. Blastoise is gonna go down here. Metagross kills. Oh, Metagross does not. So, Pheasant Dippity gets that kill. Kills Blastoise with poison damage. I kinda wish. I'm just gonna go back into Sinistcha. And set up a Calm Mind. I don't care. Yeah, I'm just gonna Calm Mind. Kind of. Oh no, Terra Grass was my best bet. It sounds weird because of like the Infernape and the thing, but that's just the truth. I'm gonna just click Shadow Ball into this. Rock, Spike, beautiful. It's gonna do like 40%, I think, with +1. Right, I think. Yeah, like 35-ish. You could also click Taunt. I'm just gonna click Shadow Ball. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, he does Roost. Okay. Could have Calm Minded again. Ooh, I did. He can't. Okay, so he can't stand now. He kind of has to switch. I mean, I'll Shadow Ball again. Just because +1 Shadow Ball is really he cannot freely go into Greninja. At the current moment. Sludge. He's not taunting, which is crazy to me. Okay, I'm going to Strength Sap into Calm Mind. Or not! I'm surprised you clicked that when I could have just Sludge Ball, or Shadow Balled and killed you. Probably what I should have done. But no, you, like, yeah. He's at -1 now, so I should be doing a little more. So he's got some Spit F. I'm doing a little under half, so he's got some special defense. Yeah. I don't know if I, like, fully... Oh, he's gonna switch. Okay, I'm gonna get some damage off. Metagross, I'm guessing, Sack? Yep. Sinistcha kills Metagross with Shadow Ball. Yeah, cool. Okay. Alright, Infernape or Zapdos here. Shook off the taunt. Infernape, Fire Blast will not kill me. Zapdos, probably, yeah, Zapdos does kill me. I mean, I could risk the Hurricane. And a part of me... Actually, I do have to this. I'm gonna Shadow Ball. He did miss. Fuck, I should have healed. It's gonna hurt. Yep. could roost here. I'm a Strength Sap. Damn, he misses double Hurricanes. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna see how much I recover off of this. Probably not much. Oh, I got the full. Awesome. I'm gonna Calm Mind again. Okay, he did land. Ah, that is offensive. Zapdos. Oh, shit. That is offensive. That's just timid offensive. Because modest, I think, always kills. No, and there was no roll, so he could be modest. I'll Shadow Ball on the off chance you... Okay, you don't miss. Zapdos kills Sinistra with Hurricane. Okay. I think I have to go into Valiant here. Wish I was booster speed. I wish I was booster speed. But he's probably Scarf Gren. Ooh, I think I lose. If he's Scarf Gren, I think I lose, actually. I don't actually think I'm in a winnable position here. I should have kept Blastoise healthy. I shouldn't have risked it the way I did. Because I needed it for Gren. That was stupid. I switched the arrangement of my moves, but sure. Whatever. Oh, he's Scarf Zapdos. Okay. Jesus. Valiant kills Zapdos with Moonblast. So he's probably Battle Ball. I mean, do I live a hit from the Greninja? Like, Sludge Wave, I know it gets. No. No, but yeah, it's Gren. Okay, I lose. I'm gonna Psyshock, I guess, on the Terra. Actually, he doesn't even have to do that. He can just, like, click the move. I wish I was Scarfed. I wish I was Scarfed. I wish I was Scarfed now. I'll click Psyshock on the Terra. I lose anyway. Sure. That killed, damn. Is that like Specs or something? No. So he is Protein. But he's the... Oh, he's Protein, but he's like the Battle Bond name. Okay, that's what he's doing. So then why... Okay, Gren kills Valiant with Ice Beam. Okay, so that's gone, and his Zapdos is gone. I could actually just go into this. Stone Axe is, like, kind of free. Yeah. I'm gonna Stone Axe here. Nothing you have takes 2. This should kill. Beautiful. Cleavor kills Gren with Stone Axe. I wonder... I want to know. Because you're not... Ice Beam Protein. Okay. Yeah, you had to be, like, Specs. Okay, so that was Specs Gren. I'm gonna just go into this. I have to... Probably Terras, I'd imagine. I mean, I have to make this call. I don't have a choice. Oh, Gren is dead. I need to make that note. I actually can technically still win this. Funnily enough, I think I can still win this. Fickle Beam, no all out. Yes! Oh, he got a crit too. Damn. Okay. Does Chiyu kill here? I actually don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna just flamethrower. Actually no, he switches here, doesn't he? I need it. I needed to keep. The crit sucks. And that makes it to where I never win this game. Yeah, that because then I would have been able to switch in. Yeah, if he didn't crit me, I actually think I won this game. If he didn't crit me, I won. Because then I could have swapped this back in, probably, depending on the roll. I mean, depending on where I was at. Kills, Sthkippy with Flamethrower. And then Chiyu's gonna go down here. Yeah, there's not much I can do, but I will Terra because it doesn't matter. Fuck it. I will Terra because it doesn't matter. I die anyway, so it doesn't matter. I need him to make a stupid play and double back in for whatever. Okay, no, he doesn't. I need him to like super ultra mega miss, and I need to get a super ultra mega crit. That's what needs to happen in order for me to win. Depending on like, I'll have to look at the calc. I think it was still possible for me to. Damn. I need him to miss. Which is crazy because I am Chiyu. Infernape kills. Chiyu with overheat. If I had close combat, I won. If I had close combat, I won, but I didn't want to do it. We weren't expecting Terra Steel on the Hydrapple, like, at all. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna Night Slash, because that's the only move that I can lock into that's not gonna be, yeah. So it's gonna be a 1-0. I could have won. Infernape with Night Slash. The only way, and he's boots, yeah. I have to get like a super ultra mega crit. He needs to get a super ultra mega miss, and that is the truth. That did fuck all. Okay, Fickle Beam is gonna kill me. Cool. GG's to Zach. Yeah, I really think if he doesn't crit me, I mean, I'll look at the calc, I'll see, what the range I would have been at. If I lived over 25%, from that Fickle Beam, if he didn't crit me, then I will be a little upset. Because then I probably, I mean, I would still attack on that turn with Chiyu, I think. But then I could double into Cleavor, sack it off, bring in Chiyu, and win with Terra Dark Pulse. Possibly. That's really the only thing I could think of. It's unfortunate. Also, Specs Protein Gren I didn't expect. I was expecting Battle Bond, but whatever. It is what it is. Our streak is over, unfortunately. Also, sorry if I sounded horrible in this game. I literally woke up, like, right before this game. So, GG's to ZachParrot. He played a good game. I'm not gonna lie. He played a good game. I think the next time I'm definitely gonna play a little different. I think I'm gonna play better if I see him in playoffs. And I hope to, because I want my revenge. So, GG's to Zach. He played a great game. Go ahead and check him and the rest of the coaches out down below. And I will see you guys in week 5, where we hopefully bounce back after this loss. See you guys next time.